self-titled album from a Canadian indie pop, dream pop, shoegazy band called Tallies. That's Tallies. Straight away, and I don't know if this is a good thing or not. It's a good thing for me because I fucking love these guys. Reminds me a lot of the Beautiful South, a UK like indie rock band from the 90s. I really, really adore Beautiful South. Mum is a huge fan of Beautiful South, so they kind of brought me up on it. I know they had three female vocalists. You had Jackie Abbott was number two. Can't remember the third one, but the first one, so she guested on the first album and then was a part of the band for albums 2 and 3. Brianna Corrigan. She has a higher register, much in the same way as the vocalist from Tallies. Because Beautiful Stuff got iconic songs. If you can think of A Little Time, or Need a Little Time, she's the vocalist on that one. That's Brianna era Beautiful South. I got a lot of vibes from that because there are times where it is like the drums remain fairly up tempo throughout the album, and it just juxtaposes like melancholia that the guitars bring in, which is what Beautiful South did a lot back into day. And the albums of this nature, I find this is why it's like kind of like my comfort zone. Albums of this nature can fall into the trap that they are so morose and so laid back and chilled that they can become quite boring, and that's why I don't really go for this dreamy shoegazy shit, because apparently I'm mildly ADHD. The guitars themselves bounce between like this reverbed and echoey to fuck roots rock sound, kind of like Dire Straits. It pins between that and this more traditional post-rock, shoegazy, atmospheric, like wall just attacking the listener. To the point where for a lot of the songs, the bass carries the rhythm, and I quite like the light, floaty songs carried by this like low bass tone, just like fumbling along to carry it. One thing I did really enjoy about this album is that it's a nice throwback to having it's a nice throwback whilst having a more youthful energy to it. So you've got songs like Mother and Have You. They have these really eclectic shoegazy verses, but when it comes to the chorus, it's very upbeat indie rock to give that punch of, like I said, youthful energy. Excuse me, I'm dying. And it gives vocalist Sarah Kogan a chance to shine. And undoubtedly, Sarah is the highlight of this album. Her voice can be eerily chilling when she's doing the more like eclectic sort of stuff, and she can get the higher register. That was my phone going bleep bloop because it does that. A porn bot wants to send me a message. That's lovely. And my phone's just going to crash on me. That's cool too. Where was I? Yeah, Sarah Kogan's voice. It does get like the higher register. It's very eclectic and dreamy and spacey and what have you. And then there are times where it sounds like not an average modern day singer, but the style of it where it is singing just with a powerful voice. I really dig it. A lot of songs of this album where it is more straightforward dream pop. As a genre, it's kind of hit and miss for me, so that's why some of these songs are a bit down on my opinion. So songs like Not So Proud and Easy Enough, I like them. They are a style of music I don't usually go for, but there's enough in there to keep me interested in my puny little mind to keep it going. But like I said, Kogan being the star, she's got such an emotional voice. In songs like Eden, where you've usually got the guitars creating that wall of sound, she's doing it by herself with just the power of her voice. Mother is quite a tender yet quite powerful. Her vocals are quite tender, but they just power through the instrumentation. Can you tell I'm reading off notes? And as a whole, Mother is a song I can't really make heads or tail of, because I've been reading through the lyrics and trying to listen to it myself From what I gather, it's a conversation with her mother who's warning her of life's struggles, and she's saying, don't get down by all the inevitable negativity that's gonna come with being alive in the modern day. But also, fuck you, I'm not gonna help. And it's just, there's probably more hidden meanings or more on the face meanings, and I'm just too dumb to notice. But lyrics, man, how do they work? But it's so as a whole, this isn't an album that's going to make me go into more of this kind of thing, the more indie pop, shoegazy sort of thing. It's by no means reinventing the wheel, but if you are a fan of this style of music, this indie, dreamy sort of thing, I reckon you'll really, really enjoy it. Still very, very, very enjoyable to me as someone who likes like 30-second grindcore songs. Uh, Bands that I kind of compare it to, obviously, I said before about the Beautiful South. Also heard a lot of comparisons to Amber Run listening to this, which were a UK indie band that became quite prominent a couple of years ago. And if you have really gone into this sort of stuff and you've gone to like more niche level things, a few years ago I found a band called Kensington. They're a Dutch alternative rock band. I think there's a lot of crossover there as well. So Beautiful South, Amber Run, Kensington, all of that and more. You want to look up Tallies as their debut album,